And we back. Today I'm adding one random legend to all 30 NBA teams. And when I say random legend, I literally mean that, y'all. So we've done a couple different versions of this video. It started off with me adding the best player in every franchise history to the current team. So Michael Jordan was teaming up with Zach LaVine, and Tim Duncan at that time, I guess it was teaming up with DeMar DeRozan. That's how long it's been. But we gave the best player in franchise history to the current team. And that was fun. And it was an absolute banger, but I took it a step further and added some randomization into it. So now we added a random number generator. So instead of getting prime Michael Jordan, the Bulls got Derrick Rose. And instead of getting prime Tim Duncan, the Spurs got, I don't know, Tony Parker. In today's video, we're taking it a step further when it comes to randomization because there is no team correlation at all. So in today's video, Michael Jordan can play for the Hawks. He can play for the Lakers. Tim Duncan can play for any team in history. It's random. We got a wheel. We got a random number generator, and we got good vibes, man. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let's get into it. So we're spinning for 30 organizations, and this is exactly where we start. All 30 teams are here, and this is going to determine where we get our legend from. And then here is where we determine who the legend is. Now, I heard the feedback over the last couple episodes. We had some teams get an NBA super legends like LeBron James, Larry Bird, and so on and so forth. And some teams ended up with the bottom of the barrel when it comes to legends. Now, they are still legends, but there is a such thing of the bottom of the barrel with legends. You feel me? For example, some team could have got Avery Johnson. No disrespect to Avery Johnson, but he's only an 83 overall. So we cut out pretty much all of the lesser legends and we only going down to 7. So if you get the Spurs, the lowest you could get is an 89 overall. And I think that's pretty clutch, all right? So we should get some of the best legends of all time added to today's video. But we start off with the 76ers and we're figuring out what legend we're getting for the 76ers. Today, somebody that was an all-time legend for the Cavaliers are going to the 76ers. And you know, that could be Bron. It could be Kyrie. It could be a couple different players. They are getting the third player. In this case, it is Mark Price. Interesting. Okay, how is Mark Price going to fit on this team? I mean, pretty good. I guess he's a higher overall than James Harden nowadays because this is not prime James Harden. So they got him at the 1, James Harden at the 2, I guess Matisse Thybulle at the 3. I mean, it's a good team. This is a good team. This team was already good beforehand, and now they just added one of the greatest point guards in history at 93 overall. That's a dub if you ask me. Now we spin it for the Milwaukee Bucks. What team are we getting for the Bucks? It's going to be, it's going to be the Bucks. I will allow duplicates. So if the Bucks get a second Giannis, so be it. I mean, they could get Kareem too. Or Big O. Hey, there is no wrong answer here. They're getting, I just hit it 2 times and it both was 3. So I know you heard the clicks. I clicked it twice and it landed on 3 2 different times. And as you can see, the third player is Giannis. So we have a God squad over here with 2 Giannises. One of them plays power forward. One of them plays small forward. And this guy's 20 pounds less. Look at that. Giannis put on even more muscle in just 2 years. That's crazy. So, who really messing with this team? You could low-key run this Giannis at the 2 because his secondary position is shooting guard. So you can have Drew, Giannis, Chris Middleton, Giannis, Bobby Portis, or Brook Lopez. Is that fair? Who cares? That's what the random number generator did, and that's exactly what we're getting. The next team we're spinning for is my Chicago Bulls, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting a 76ers player. That could be Malone. That can be Iverson. That could be Embiid. It could be a lot of players. But who would it be? It's number 4. In this case, it is Dolph Schayes. 94 overall. He's a power forward, which is basically what the Bulls need. The Bulls have been needing a big 4. I mean, okay, well, Dolph Schayes is not necessarily a big 4. He's only 6'8", but he is a 4. And do you rebound? He rebounds. Do you play again, this is way before my time. A 63, 64 season? Yeah, I don't know much about you. So can you rebound? The answer is elite. Are you good defensively? The answer is yes. Okay. We don't have a ton of badges, but he's the best option we got. They got the positions all messed up. This is someone else's roster, so I'm going to put DeMar here, Zach LaVine there, boom. And I will make sure that every rotation is good. I'm not just doing this for the Bulls because it's my team. But now we got a starting lineup of Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Dolph Schayes, and then Vucevic. That could be pretty good. Especially, I didn't even know that Dolph Schayes was a stretch 4, a bruising 4, dunk on you, post fade is ridiculous. Oh, that might have been the best player we could potentially get in that situation. We'll take it. We're spinning for the Cavs now. The Cavs are going to get a player from the Celtics. Now, since this is only top 7, there is no wrong answer for the Boston Celtics, man. The Boston Celtics are going to have nothing but heat. The worst player you get today is Paul Pierce. That is the worst you can do. And they're getting Paul Pierce. Okay, well, they got the worst. But it's still the Cavaliers adding Paul Pierce, which is actually insane. This is prime Paul Pierce. This is him running the 3. Darius Karras, I guess, because in this universe, Colin Sexton ain't signed anywhere. Maybe he signs between the day I'm recording this video and the day this is released, but right now he ain't signed nowhere. So I guess it's going to be Karis LeVert. It's going to be Paul Pierce. It's going to be Evan Mobley, and it's going to be Jared Allen. That team is nice. Speaking of the Celtics, that is the next team we are spinning for, and that is a team that just came off a finals appearance. So every improvement is improvement. They're getting the Kings, which some of y'all might laugh at, but the Kings got some crazy great players in their history. Like Big O, like Jerry Lucas, like Nate Archibald. Who are they getting? Number 5, who is C-Web. Whoa. Whoa, C-Web to the C's? That writes itself. Now, this team is about to be insane. Can we have an option, 2K, to get rid of this when we're editing, like, rosters? Because why do I have to go through all of these G League teams to get to the real deal? I've never done a video where I've edited a G League team. The G League is kind of just existing in the universe because you can play the games, but you can't play the playoffs. I'm rambling, but it's facts. So the new team is Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, C-Webb, and Robert Williams. Elite. Next, we're spinning for the Clips. Now, the Clips could use a point guard. That's one of the biggest holes in their team. Health is a big thing, but point guard play is another, and they could potentially get Steph Curry today. I mean, the history of this team is pretty good too. They're getting number 3, which is Kevin Durant. The Clippers add Kevin Durant. So, okay, all right, how do they run this? I would probably put Paul George at the 2 because he's 6'8", and we've seen him run the shooting guard position in his career. Kawhi at the 3. And then Kevin at the 4. The point guard will still be Reggie Jackson, and you got Zubac. Again, I'll mess with the rotations as we get there. The Grizzlies are next. All right, Grizzlies. They surprised the league this year by being one of the best teams in there. And now they're adding somebody from the Spurs. Again, this could be kind of dangerous for the league. They're getting number 4, which is Tony Parker. I hate it. Of course, Tony Parker's a great point guard, a Hall of Fame point guard. But they got Ja Morant. And Ja Morant and him should never really be on the court together. So it kind of messes some things up. That means Ja Morant is basically coming off the bench, which is not likely. I will make Ja Morant a shooting guard. But hey, when it comes to getting to the basket, there is not going to be a backcourt that's better. Tony Parker was getting to the basket at will too in his prime. And they're both only 22 years old, which is dope. Next, we got the Atlanta Hawks, who made a big-time trade this offseason by bringing in DeJounte Murray. And now they're about to bring in another player that is an NBA legend. Let's see who this player is going to be. It is from the Phoenix Suns. All right, the Suns have a lot of great players. They're adding number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is Jason Kidd, which again is not the greatest fit because we have the Atlanta Hawks who already have an elite level playmaker. And now they're adding one of the greatest passers in the history of basketball. Oh, and they also have DeJounte Murray. So yeah, they got to figure that out, or I guess I have to figure that out for them. Next, we're spinning for the Miami Heat. And the Heat are adding who to their team? So far, I think things are going well. They're adding somebody from the Dallas Mavericks, and they're getting number 5, who is Mark Mcguire. Mark Mcguire with the Miami Heat is going to be interesting. I won't lie to you and tell you that I know a lot about Mark Mcguire, but he's good enough to be an 88 overall. And right now, okay, the positions is all crazy. I know Jimmy has plays for small ball 4 for sure, but I definitely wouldn't make that his primary position. But I guess in this universe, it makes sense now that we have Mark Mcguire. So I'll let it slide, roster creator. I'll let it slide. This spin is for the Charlotte Hornets, who lost Miles Bridges in free agency this year. So they're trying to bring somebody else that's good to the team, and it will be from the Magic. Another team that has nothing but great legends, and they're getting Penny Hardaway. Penny Hardaway, look at that. They got another big old point guard added to the team. I would have loved to get them Shaq or Dwight, you know, just somebody that was a big man, because that's one of the biggest things about this team. They have no center play or just bad center play. I would have loved to get them the number 2 option, but they got number 1. So you got LaMelo and Penny who can run either position because they're both 6'7". So that would be a cool backcourt to watch. but again, not the greatest. Now, the Utah Jazz made a bunch of trades, and right now they're still up in the air whether that they want to trade Donovan Mitchell. I made a video about that on this channel a couple of days ago, so if you missed that one, I traded Donovan Mitchell. I think that's the name of the video. I traded Donovan Mitchell. Go check it out, man. So they're adding somebody from the Miami Heat's history. And yeah, they have some good people, like Bron, but they're getting number 7, which is Glenn Rice. Glenn Rice is going to the Jazz. Do we need to talk about that? Probably not. We'll move on to the next team, which is the Sacramento Kings. I really like the Sacramento Kings offseason. Keegan Murray looks like a stud. They made a couple trades around the edges. Kevin Huerter's now on the team, and they're adding somebody from the Chicago Bulls history. So this could be the best offseason in Kings history, potentially. I feel like I've said the word potentially a ton. I'm not doing it again. They're getting the 3rd best player, which is Derrick Rose. So De'Aaron Fox and Derrick Rose in the same court together. Interesting to say the least. It's going to be interesting. We're spinning for the Knicks, who are in conversations for Donovan Mitchell, but it ain't happened just yet. They're getting somebody from the Washington Wizards. The person that they're getting is number 7, which is Moses Malone, but this is not the Moses Malone that played for the 76ers. This is a little bit later in his career, but they do get a new center, which is a W. All right, the Lakers. They actually need some help out there, man. It's Anthony Davis. It's LeBron. It's an older Russell Westbrook. They could use some greatness, and they're getting somebody from the Hornets. They're one of those teams that I don't think they need a super duper star. They just need somebody that's good, and they're getting number 5, who's Larry Johnson. I mean, hey, that's better than what their roster was looking like before. You know, that's all I can really say. I guess we move LeBron back over to the 3, Larry Johnson and Anthony Davis, or Russell Westbrook, and the starting shooting guard is Lonnie Walker. We're spinning for the Magic next. Let's see who the Magic are gonna get from what organization. They're getting somebody from the Detroit Pistons. No, it is the Pelicans. They're getting number 7, which is Drew Holiday. Like I said, I will allow dupes, and Drew Holiday is kind of nice. And it's now the starting lineup of Cole Anthony, Drew Holiday, Franz Wagner. I guess, no, we're starting Paolo Banchero because I don't know what's going on with John Isaac. And then Wendell Carter. That's a good team. That's a good team. So we'll take that. Now we go to the Mavs. Luka can have a good running mate. Let's see who that running mate might be. He's coming from what organization? It's coming from the Heat. All right. I'm a little bit afraid. And it's going to be player number 4, which is Jimmy Butler, which actually is pretty good. I think they'd fit well together. Jimmy Butler gonna make some tough shots down the stretch and everything. And now, yeah, this looks really, really good. I like this team a lot. I think this is a sleeper team. I don't know if 2K would give the respect that they deserve, but I think that they deserve some respect. Now we spin for the Nets, who still have Kyrie, Kevin Durant in this universe, and still has Ben Simmons. They should be the early favorite to win it all, considering just the star power that they have. And now they're adding somebody in Hawks history. And that player is gonna be the 6th player, which is Joe Caldwell. Don't know much about Joe. For some reason, he looks like a person that has a really good nickname. I'm looking it up. I bet he got a really good nickname. Nickname, Pogo. That's a fire nickname. And then Jumpin' Joe. Apparently, he had the Bunnies back in the day. I love that. Jumpin' Joe is now teaming up with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and company. We're spinning for the Denver Nuggets. Let's see what the Nuggets can add to the team. Somebody in Bucks history. Okay, we already took Giannis away. So you still got some legends though. And the person they're getting is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The Nuggets just got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I guess Jokic is about to be the 4. With Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and KCP? Or no, you know what? They said that Kareem's backup position. No, we're going to put it as Jokic just because he can shoot better. But bro, also 99 overall Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 29 badges. Jokic, 59 badges. Now, of course, a lot of that's because the playmaking badges that you get from him. But, like, you can't tell me. Well, I guess he didn't shoot back in the day. So that's what he lack at badges. But, like, 2? Wait. No. I'm feeling disrespected for you, Kareem. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so he's got a lot of finishing Hall of Fame badges. But just to have two Hall of Fame badges at the defensive position feels like disrespect. That's all I'm saying. It just feels like disrespect. And honestly, Kareem, I wouldn't accept that if I was you. All right, we're getting close to the end. This is for the Indiana Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton, Miles Turner, and somebody from Denver Nuggets history. They're getting number 7, which is Byron Beck, who has more badges than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm just saying he's got more badges than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Do you fit? Yeah, their best power forward was O'Shea Brissett, and now they got Byron Beck. The Pelicans spin is now Zion Brandon Ingram, and somebody from Rockets history. I mean, there is no wrong answer here. Oh my God, there is no wrong answer here. You're getting number 5, and number 5 is T-Mac. Number 5 is T-Mac, bro. There is no wrong answers there for the Pelicans. The Pelicans walk out of here a huge victor. I mean, listen, new starter lineup alert. I'm running CJ at the 1. I'm running T-Mac at the 2. Zion and Brandon Ingram at the 3 and the 4. And then Jonas Valanciunas. You got Herb Jones coming off the bench. You got Vontae, who has more badges than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And that's crazy. This is a crazy team. And y'all already know how simulation Pelicans be. They be undefeated. But the Pistons might have something to say about that. All right, Pistons are going to add somebody within the organization of the Spurs. And it's number 3, which in this case is George Gervin. Okay, Kate Cunningham, George Gervin. Then, you know, Jay Ivey is there as well. Not too bad. Kevin Knox, get off the team, Kevin. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Sadiq Bey, you might have to come off the bench unless you're going to start at the 4 over Kelly Olynyk or, Bagley. I don't really know. Next is spin for the Raptors. After starting off last season slow, they found their way into the playoffs and made a little bit of noise. And now they're adding another piece. This one's also from the Rockets. Cannot go wrong. Because now that we took away T-Mac, now the person that gets added is Chris Paul. Not bad. But instead, they're getting Mr. Yao Ming, man. Yao Ming. One of the shortest primes imaginable, but boy, oh boy, was he elite. And, well, this team needed a center, like a really good center, and they got that. So Yao Ming, Fred VanVleet, and Pascal Siakam, OG, Scotty Barnes, like, this team is really, really nice if you ask me. And with Yao Ming at the top, who's guarding that? The Rockets are a super young team in real life, so let's see if they could get that veteran leader that could come in and steer them maybe to a playoff spot. It's going to be from the Nuggets. And the person is going to be number 4, which is Jokic. You know what's funny about that? Jokic always, and I mean always, signs to the Rockets in these videos. If you've been watching, you know that's true. So now they got Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr., and Jokic as their big 3. The Spurs are next, a team that sold DeJounte Murray. So I don't think anybody's going to save this team, especially not somebody within the Hornets organization. Unless you're talking about the owner of the Hornets, but he don't really count. He don't really count. They're getting the best player in this case is Glenn Rice. Again, that doesn't really, do we need to talk about that? No? Okay, cool. We move on to the Suns next. Suns were the 1 seed in their conference, but got eliminated in embarrassing fashion. They need somebody to hold them down, and it will be somebody from the Brooklyn Nets history, who have a ton of elite level talent. They're getting number 2, which is Jason Kidd. They said, Chris Paul, you 37 years old, you might be washed, so we bring it in Jason Kidd. If I'm not mistaken, is Jason Kidd on another team too? Isn't he on the Hawks? But this is the best version of Jason Kidd. This is leading the team to a finals appearance, Jason Kidd, and not the other one. So they'll take that. Thunder are another super young team trying to find their way with 1 million draft picks. Let's see who they add. It's going to be somebody from the Warriors. They got number 3, which is Rick Barry. The Timberwolves made a big-time trade and got Rudy Gobert, so they got these twin towers. I think they need a point guard. They're getting the Wizards, and the Wizards have a guy that had his own dance at once upon a time, and he was elite in his prime. Don't sleep. I guess they got a couple point guards, 3 different point guards they could potentially get right now. They're getting number 4, which is Mr. John Wall. Oh, man. Listen. If I wasn't sitting in my room right now, I hit the Dougie and do the John Wall with you. But nah, man. They got John Wall, Anthony Edwards, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert. That team is insane, y'all. I'm just saying. Listen, I know it wasn't that long ago, but I think a lot of people forgot how good prime John Wall was. So to see him added to a team is dope. OKC Thunder, and this is a spin for the Trailblazers. So can Kevin be going to play with the Trailblazers? The answer is no. Instead, it's going to be the other version of Paul George, and he is going to the Blazers. Him and Damian Lillard on the team. I don't need to tell you that they got history. You already know that. But I mean, this team looks pretty good. Anthony Simons at the 2, Dame, and then Paul George, Jeremy Grant, and Nurkic. That's pretty good. We got the Warriors, and then the Wizards are the last 2, y'all. As we get down to the last spins, I want to remind you to leave a like on the video. Y'all don't understand how much it really helps the channel out. So if you got to this point, you had to be enjoying it at least a little bit. So please leave a like. We get the Boston Celtics, and this is for the Warriors, which is scary because they just came off a championship, and no matter what, they're getting somebody in the 90s. They got number 4, Hondo John Havlicek. So that's kind of unfair. And then lastly, we spin for the Washington Wizards, who gave Bradley Beal a big old bag this offseason, and they need a running mate, and it's going to be somebody from Pacers history. The 3rd best player, and that is Jermaine O'Neal going to the Washington Wizards. And just like that, we've spun the wheel 30 times to get 30 different legends added to the game. What team, based on what you know right now, do you see as the favorite to win the championship? Let me know in the comment section. This feels unfair that there's somebody better than Steph Curry on Steph Curry's team. Last time that happened, I guess we can have a conversation on who was the better player between him and Kevin during that time. Either way, this team looks elite. And a lot of these teams, come on, bro. Come on, bro. This team right here, I mean, the overalls don't really say it, but that team looks scary. I don't know how the heck we balance this out, but we will. All right, I got some roster changes to do just to make sure everybody's playing. All right, so we made the necessary changes. Here, a quick look at the starting lineups. Jermaine O'Neal is there. We have Mark Price up there. Both of the Giannis's are started. One at shooting guard, one at power forward. We have Dolph Chase for the Bulls. Paul Pierce is taking the starting spot of Isaac Okoro, I guess, or Larry Marketing, depending on who you thought was the starting three. This team looks insane. I'm just saying, they coming off a finals appearance, and now they add C-Web. It's going to be ridiculous. Paul George, KD, and Kawhi are all in the same team. Kind of forgot that was a thing. The Grizzlies are starting Tony Parker and John Morant. The Hawks are starting all three of their guards, but since DeJounte is 6'4" and a good defender, I put him at the three. Just have them all out there hooping. Then we got Mark Mcguire taking over that small forward position. Penny Hardaway and LaMelo Ball are together. The Jazz brought in Glenn Rice. Nobody cared about that. Derrick Rose and De'Aaron Fox are now hooping together. Derrick Rose overall is like 1 or 2 below because he had to move over to the 2. And obviously he's better with the ball in his hands, at least in his prime. Now we got Moses Malone at the center position for the Knicks. The Lakers added Larry Johnson, so LeBron slides over to the 3. And now we got 2 LJs, LBJ and LJ, I don't know what Larry Johnson's middle name is, all right? Then we got the Magic, who bring in Drew Holiday. Then we have Jimmy Butler right here for the Mavericks. Forgot about that. This team looks insane as well. Jumpin' Joe, Pogo, whatever you want to call him, is in at the 2, and he is going to hold it down. Then we have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Jokic playing together. That is insane to me. The Pacers brought in Byron Beck. Then we have CJ, T-Mac, Brandon Ingram, Zion, and Valanciunas. This team, do not sleep. I'm telling you, this team is going to be crazy as well. The Pistons brought in George Gervin. The Raptors have Yao Ming at the 5. Jokic is now playing with the Rockets. Then we got Glenn Rice. Then you got both of the point guards, Chris Paul and Jason Kidd. And we moved Devin Booker over to the 3 and Mikal Bridges to the 4. So it's a smaller lineup, but it is what it is. We got Rick Barry over there with the Thunder. We got this team, John Wall, D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Karl-Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert again. Gonna be insane if you ask me. Then we have Paul George with Damian Lillard. John Havlicek is at the 3. That team's insane. A guy that was super important to the finals run, Wiggins, is now coming off the bench. All-Star Wiggs is coming off the bench with Jordan Poole and all of those other dudes. And then lastly, Jermaine O'Neal. Whew, took me a minute, but we here. I think I want to go to see just the All-Star break. I think that's always a good place to start. These videos, in my opinion, don't start until we really get to the playoffs and we get to see series and stuff, but we'll go to the All-Star break. This is not a surprise to me that the Boston Celtics are #1 in their conference. The Raptors with Yao Ming. What's Yao averaging? Because I've had videos and Yao's just like bad in simulation. 14 and 12. That's not bad. That's not bad. You'll take that from Yao Ming. We'll take that from Yao Ming, considering he also got other scores and stuff on the team. The worst team out east. Dang, Drew Holiday didn't make a difference. That is unfortunate. Who was here? George Gervin, I think? Yeah, George Gervin to make a difference. Unfair. The Knicks got in a new center. I thought they were going to make the playoffs. Jalen Brunson, Q Grimes, RJ. Nope. And Moses Malone's having a good year, but it's not good enough. The 76ers, 10 games below 500. The point differential is not terrible. I mean, it's bad. It's below 0, but that don't look like a team that should be 10 games under 500, but they are. Mark Price at the 1A helping? What? James, I was expecting you to score a little bit more because Mark Price is going to handle the facilitation and stuff. Man, that's kind of insane. The surprise team out here. Okay, it's a surprise. They're still below 500. Penny Hardaway's here, though. So actually, it's not a surprise. Penny Hardaway's actually that good of a player, or was that good of a player. West, no surprise to me either. This team is crazy. They decided to bring D'Angelo Russell off the bench. Ace, it's all up to you. John Wall's averaging double-digit assists again, you know. How great is that? John Wall, back to his prime. Jimmy Butler's helping the Dallas Mavericks. OKC, oh yeah. If you've been watching the channel for more than 2 weeks, you know that Rick Barry is an all-time sim GOAT. He really is. 27 points per game. He should be the All-Star game captain, honestly. And then the worst team out here is the Sacramento Kings. D Rose cannot get this team over the hump. And whoa. Bro, the Clippers suck in every simulation, bro. In real life, the Clippers have one of the deepest rosters in all of basketball. 2K simulation, these boys don't ever do anything. Ever do anything. Dang, the Spurs, I didn't expect them to be good. But if you were going to tell me the Spurs will have a better record than the Clippers, I would have called you insane. Now, the point differential says a whole different story, but still, it don't matter because the wins and losses are the things that matter. Let's go look at this all-star draft. Who's going to be the captain? Chris Paul? No. Yeah, Chris Paul. I was going to say no. Paul George? Paul Pierce? No, it's the last name. No, it's first names. So that could be Paul Pierce. That could be Paul George. It's Paul Pierce, who plays for the Cavaliers. Paul Pierce and the Cavaliers. Both of the Giannis's make the all-star game. Both of the Jokic's make the all-star game. Wow. I cannot believe that Paul Pierce, out of all of the great players out east, Paul Pierce is the one to be the all-star game captain. Gotta respect it. Where are they even at? Below 500. Not even in the playoffs right now. So you trying to tell me better than, let's see what C Webb is doing. Better than Jason Tatum? The number one team in the league, averaging 25, 6, and 5, no all-star captain. Better than both of the Giannis's? 25, 10, and 5, no all-star captain. Think this is rigged. Better than Dolph Shays? Yeah, no, that's rigged. That's 100% rigged. All right, let's see who makes the playoffs. Maybe a team jumps up. A team that was at the bottom is now in the play-in or something. The normal Jokic wins MVP. We added 30 NBA legends to the game. And the current Jokic won MVP. You gotta love it. Kay Cunningham, Tyrese Maxey, 6th Man of the Year. Giannis, Defensive Player of the Year. This is current Giannis. All right, it's current Giannis. I had to see if it was prime or past or current. Tyrese Maxey wins 6th Man and Most Improved Player. Shout out to him. Ime Udoka. He's got a 99 overall team. You should not lose if you got a 99 overall team. Rick Barry is the only past player legend to make an All-NBA first team. Again, legendary. The second team is 4 out of the 5 legends. And then the third team sees one of the Giannis's. And then this is current James Harden. And then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Defensive team sees 2 Giannis's. I ain't know Joe Caldwell had it like that. Two-way slasher is his build. So, yeah, I guess that makes sense. And then Drew Holiday, the current Drew Holiday, not the past Drew Holiday. Gary Payton II, which is dope. And then, okay. All right. Here we go. Let's figure out what happened the second half of the season. Pistons got better and slid into that play-in spot. They were not there at first. The biggest disappointment might be the 76ers out east to not make it at all with James Harden and then Joel and then Mark Price to not make the playoffs. And you have Most Improved Player and 6th Man of the Year, Tyrese Maxey. That's insane. Out west, the Timberwolves fell off. They were the 1 seed going into the break. They fell all the way down to 4 or 5. That's insane. The Jazz, playoff team. Whoa, did not see that coming. Oh, they still have Donovan Mitchell, Kenny. What are you talking about? I forgot that Donovan Mitchell hasn't been traded yet. The Lakers are play-in. They're above 500, ladies and gentlemen. Anything can happen. As long as you make that spot, anything can happen. The Warriors did not make the playoffs. Actually, that's the biggest surprise. This team just came off a championship. They traded for Kevin Love, I guess. And they did not even make the playoffs. The Rockets, and then, yeah, the Clippers, I already mentioned how bad they could be. And just like that, we're here in the playoffs. Let's go to the end of the play-in because that's when things really get started. All right, I'm looking for 7-game series. We got one 7-game series. Out east, the 1 seed beat the 8 seed. The 4 seed swept the 5 seed. The Bulls beat the Miami Heat. And then the Bucks upset Toronto. But we could be getting another upset as we see Jason Kidd, Chris Paul, and Devin Booker go against Luka, Jimmy, and Christian Wood. I be thinking at things in big threes. I look at things in big threes, and that's a big 3 right there. Will it be close enough for us to jump into? That first quarter is all Dallas Mavericks. Second quarter, a little fight back, but it's looking like it's going to be a win for the Dallas Mavericks, and it will be. They win by 8. The 1 seed barely get out of there, and they do the thing. All right, second round. Not a single 7. Every single one of these went just 5 or below. That's crazy. Isn't that the store? 5 and 5 below? It went 5 or lower. The 1 seed gets eliminated, which is not a surprise because they barely got out of the 8 seed. The 2-seeded T-Mac led Pelicans are in the conference finals. The Bulls, who added Dolph Shazer in the conference finals. Jumpin' Joe and Pogos in the conference finals. And then we got Kareem and Nikola Jokic there as well. Things are going pretty good. I just won a game 7. Come on, 2-2 matchups on both sides. 3-2. And we got the final. The Bulls, they tried to do it. Y'all know who I was rooting for, let's be honest. But I knew that this Brooklyn Nets team was going to be hard to beat. They already have elite play. And Kyrie, KD, and Ben Simmons is a god. And now you add Jumpin' Joe Pogo? Who y'all got in this series? I got to go Brooklyn Nets, but I can't underestimate how Kareem has done his thing and how the MVP, Nikola Jokic, has done his thing as well. So let's see. Game 1 is a win for the Nuggets, and it is a convincing one. Kareem with a 20-piece when it comes to the rebounds, and Jokic with 16 to add on top of that. I mean, they won the rebound battle by 20. Yeah, they got 26 offensive rebounds. Is that how they got to the finals? Offensive rebounds? Okay, this one is a little bit different. They had they had all of these second chance opportunities with 18 offensive rebounds. You can't see that, but I'm reading you the number. 18 offensive rebounds, and they still lost by 10 because, I mean, I don't really know. KCP took 18 shots. Is that why? KCP's bad? I'm blaming that on KCP. Game 3, the Nets. Now, this is a Kevin game. Yeah, this is a Kevin game. And they didn't kill the offensive glass. They only had 4 more than the team. But, like, you had... Oh, this went to overtime. Dang. You had 4 players put up 20-plus points, and you had another player very close to that. And then you still lost to just Kevin being Kevin. Can it be a 3-1 series? Y'all, that's not... I clicked the wrong button. Jokic wins regular season and finals MVP. Okay. All right, let's catch up on what we missed. This was the last thing we saw. Then the game after that, game 4, was the Nuggets winning 22 offensive rebounds to 10. Kareem had 14 offensive rebounds. How do you not get finals MVP based on, I mean, the guy almost put up a triple-double here in Jokic, but 14 offensive rebounds in the game 4 is insane. Game 5, it was 5 offensive rebounds to 13, so they beat that as well. And then you get the 30-point triple-double, so that makes sense. And then in Game 6, it was another convincing win where Jokic put up 41 and almost a triple-double. So, yeah, it makes sense that Jokic got it. But Kareem was doing his thing as well. What we found out today, you add 2 of the greatest centers of all time to the same team, things can happen and they can win. Hey, man, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll be back tomorrow with another banger.